Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up today. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. We're sitting at 60 cents, ranging between 60 and 61 cents. A pretty tight trading range right now, ladies and gentlemen. But we got some great news for you today. Let's look at the market very quickly here. $2.56 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 1%. And we see Bitcoin 68,900 plus, Ethereum 3,300 plus. Tether market cap 114 billion plus, and XRP is at the number 7 spot, switching places back and forth today with USDC. The USDC market cap 34 billion plus, and XRP is 60 cents right now, up 0.9 on the 24 and up off a 0.5% on the 7-day. Let's get into this. The U.S. debt, ladies and gentlemen, has just broke $35 trillion for the first time ever. That's $103,827 worth of debt per U.S. citizen. Woo, that's a lot. For those who are not aware, you can buy Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, XDC, and other assets on Uphold. Moving from a debt-based system to an asset-backed system has gone from a should to a must. You know, this isn't just the retail consumer like us understanding that we have to have assets. It was just floated this weekend that digital assets like Bitcoin could become reserve assets to back and underpin the US dollar just as gold does. And I think it's a great idea to use multiple commodities to underpin the value of the US dollar. And this will create a great demand and confidence back in the US dollar, especially understanding that we just broke 35 trillion in debt. And that's just part of it. Then there's this. Google has a search ban on a former president. You know who it is. Look, like him or don't like him, if you think this is okay, you in fact are a part of the problem too. That's the bottom line. If you have a political ideology that has you hating someone or something so much that you can't see the wrong in this, you in fact are a part of the problem too. And I hope you unsubscribe me. Turkey reportedly prepares military for conflict with Israel. Reports indicate that Turkey is preparing its armed forces for potential conflict with Israel. Well, remember when they said Trump would start World War III? Because it looks like the warmongers have obviously gotten started without him. Remember all that bullshit we were fed? And meanwhile, we know we're in $35 trillion worth of debt right here in the good old US, and the UK saying they're bankrupt. UK government declares Britain broke and broken. Oh boy. By the way, I'm also available for birthday parties, retirements, and other fun events like that too. Or just a great day on a Saturday in July. This is the kind of fun I bring to a backyard party. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim here says he has confirmed that Malaysia has sent formal application letter to Russia now, the current BRICS chair, expressing interest in either a full membership or a strategic partnership. You know, you know what? But then look, back in 2015, we knew that Russia had looked at XRP. We knew this. Shout out to Working Money Channel for this clip. He's going to show you that old clip and PDF of Russia looking at Ripple and XRP back in 2015, 2018 timeframe. However, there's a 2024 report out by Russia, and they're looking at XRP yet again.
Going to start to see that very, very soon. Now, this is just another example, and I know Russia has been a bit of a mystery to us, as of late. Recently, though, this is apparently what has come out courtesy of Smoke, the Bank of Russia, from guys just last month, June 2024. Now, this is in Russian. But guys, in this document here, they talk about DLT technology, leveraging RippleNet. You guys can see that up there. So the Bank of Russia looks like perhaps realizing that, their bank testing from 2018 was a success. Remember this? This was an experiment from 2018 from the Bank of Russia testing XRP. Old and reposted many times as the only proof. And yeah, that's what's important here. This is the only time we've ever seen a Russia connection to Ripple. However, has anyone ever seen a 2024 document from the Bank of Russia discussing XRP? So I've talked about this in the past. I'll see if I can find the video I did on this, and I'll link it here in the top right-hand corner. In the first half of 2018, the Bank of Russia's Novosibirsk Bank, possibility of cross-border payment settlement using the Ripple platform. And you can see here they used XRP transfers or equivalent of fiat currencies issued by each participant, the national bank.
So you get that, and shout out to Working Money Channel. If you haven't given him a follow, please do. What a wonderful person, and great job he does with his channel. Bank of Russia right here, 2024 report. Smoke Dog's got it broke open. You can see it, Ripple right there. There's XRP in the mix, 2024. That's what we're talking about. And I got to be honest, you got to be aware of these people out here, man. You got to be aware of some of these people. Some of these people out here are just horrible, horrible people.
And yeah, connection to
I had
Ripple.
to block a few this weekend. I really did. I had to block a few this weekend. There's some people out here you have to just realize after time, they just want you to recognize them. They want you to say their name, but you can't because you know that they're so negative. You really do. Look, some people are just feckless. But again, shout out to Smoke Dog. Shout out to Working Money Channel. These people work so hard to bring things every day. And I tell you, just like I'm doing too, and I just have a great respect for them. They never attack others. I just think that's so amazing. It shows integrity, class, right? It really does. Trump sums up Operation Choke Point 2.0. You know who it is. It's Senator Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Don't let them fool you, along with Gary Gensler. Take a listen.
When we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists to weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me.
Yes, they have, and they're going to keep doing it to him because they understand that they broke the law to do the things that they did by weaponizing government against him and their own citizens, all of us. Well, I just showed you Google shadow banning people. Remember when the government itself was sending messages to Facebook and Twitter before Elon owned it and told them, by the way, tamp down anybody talking anything other than what we want, right? Yeah. I went through it. I still go through it. I just got hit the other day with limited advertising because I used Trump's name on a thumbnail. What the hell kind of country is this? And we got some tech company making decisions about our own freedom of speech. Cameron Winklevoss says right here, beware of the big bluff. Harris and her advisors are in the process of working on a reset with the crypto industry. Being respectful of the vice president's time, let's be crystal clear here. Kamala Harris, please don't bother unless you are prepared to take swift, bold, and concrete action. You can't burn bridges for 4 years and expect to rebuild them with words alone. As President Trump astutely pointed out this weekend, the Bitcoin conference, we are a high IQ industry. We will not fall for any bluffs, and we will not be swayed by what you say. We will only consider what you do. You and your party retired Joe Biden as sitting president, which means you can definitely retire Gary Gensler before November. Show us what can be. And fire the instigators of Operation Choke Point 2.0 as well. Gary Gensler's just one part. 3 instigators of OP2 who still work insidiously to debank the law-abiding companies in the space need to go too. Well said. Yes, I mean, I tell you, And then while all of that is happening, U.S. Congressman Thomas Massie introduced his bill to end the Federal Reserve. And listen to how much attention it's gotten.
of this government. And I was actually listening to an audio book by Saifuddin Ammous called The Bitcoin Standard. And I'll warn anybody who wants to listen to that book, the first 80% of it is not about Bitcoin. It's about money and what is money, which I think is important to understanding Federal Reserve. And also, but he has to lay that down so he can explain what Bitcoin is, because you can't assume everybody knows what money was. And frankly, I learned some things or picked up some vocabulary that I didn't have about it there. And I was listening to that tape and I'm like, it is way past time to reintroduce a bill to end the Federal Reserve. And so I put it in the hopper and I thought, man, I may be the only one. Maybe I'll get 2 or 3 co-sponsors, but I don't care. This needs to be done. I got 24 co-sponsors. So the number of co-sponsors of the bill to end the Federal Reserve in 10 years has gone up 10x.
Well, now with that being said, let me play you this quick clip. David Andofato from when he was at the St. Louis Fed.
It was at that point that I said, well, you know, we could, if we wanted to, extend the concept one step further. I'm not saying that this is ever going to happen, but just conceptually, you could imagine not FedWire for all, but kind of like a Fed coin, where what the Fed would do is actually just issue these, Bitcoin-like objects, but and they would enforce a par exchange rate with the U.S. dollar. That would eliminate the exchange rate volatility. But they could delegate the clearing of these payments to some third party, some sort of Ripple-like protocol.
So there you have it, right? We're getting closer and closer to where we need to be, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep moving. Ripple partnership mentioned at Swift's conference known as Sibos, just like Ripple has a Swell conference.
Again, how has the past few years really impacted the idea of ecosystems, your collaborations, your partnerships, and even acquisitions? And then has that actually changed via region?
Yeah, as I said, we basically accelerated our whole journey into the payment space. While we were experimenting in the beginning with, as I said, with Alipay Hong Kong or with GCash in Philippines, we very early on had in 2015 we started a partnership with Ripple, where we
started a partnership with Ripple, right? But then the Ripple talk's not over with.
Think about our business model is that we got to simplify things. We have to take as many players out of the chain as possible. And I think that it caused you to step back and rethink. I think 20 years ago, if you want to move money cross border, you automatically think about a nostro and bostro arrangement, getting a correspondent and sort of going down that route. Now, as Charlotte mentioned, Visa has products. Ripple has options. There are myriad options out there to think about how you move money around the world on behalf of your clients.
And there you have it. That's the talk of Swift's conference, yearly conference. Ripple's coming up a lot, right? And what do we know is happening today? Starting today, to gain access to reliable pricing on CME, CF, Internet, Computer Dollar, and XRP dollar reference rates and real-time indices, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is, XRP listed, non-programmable, payment and store of value, showing 60 cents right now. Just started listing it today. This is getting super exciting to me, because this is exactly what we want to see. And CME, CF means cash flow reference rates, right? So that's what we're talking about here. So very, very exciting. This is where they're putting all of the real-time indices, because this is where institutions go to use things like this. Isn't that getting exciting? But this could prove to be a very big week. One of the things we need to happen, and for this to really open up in mass, is a ruling in this case, and certainly legal finality, which we don't yet have. But Fred Rispoli said, and I'm not holding him to it, but he said this could be a very important window, that we should look towards this moment between July 13th, July 31st, for a possible ruling from Judge Torres on the remedies phase. Now, if so, what will the penalty be? Will it be $2 billion or $10 million, right? Or no million? We'll see what happens. But the reality is that we need to brace ourselves when we get this ruling that there may be an appeal if it's favorable for Ripple. I would imagine that there's going to be an appeal from the SEC to take it even further and maybe even to the Supreme Court. Now, if that is the path that we go, I encourage all of you to know to not get discouraged. It just tells you how important this asset and this company truly are to the financial system. Because I believe that we're going to get a ruling that's so favorable that Ripple and XRP will begin to take off. Then we get legislation soon after, and then we'll probably have an appeal decision sometime after that. And if it goes further, then it'll go to Supreme Court. Remember, so far we found out what XRP is not, and XRP in and of itself is not a security. We may need to go to the Supreme Court so we can find out exactly from the highest court of the land what XRP actually is, which I believe to be money. Dark Defender says, here's your updated structure in the daily time frame. By the way, I wouldn't be opposed to a settlement that was absolutely final, telling us that XRP's money and that no agency, nowhere in the land, can come and try to stop us. I would take that as a settlement, so keep that under your hat, too. XRP's ready to break out, says Dark Defender. The triangle within 24 hours. I say, let it run. Send it. Let's do it. Prayer circle, Ouija board, whatever your thing is, meditate. Let's get it done. Let's send the vibrations. Woo, 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 woo. And to the moon we go. I'm ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get there. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I just want to take a second to thank each and every one of you for following the channel and being a supporter of the channel. Whether you have liked or subscribed, I hope that you hit the like button, and please subscribe if you haven't. It really does help out the channel, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm super grateful for each and every one of you to allow me into your lives, even if it's just for a few minutes every day. I'll catch all of you on the next one.